Okay, so hello and welcome back to Legacy of Kain Defiance, where Raziel has seemingly regained his form, even though he hasn't yet. The pillars are all intact because we're at a point in time in the past. Though the other bit sort of suggested we might be in the future, but we're coming towards the end of the adventure, so let's head onwards to the dramatic finale. There's still a few chapters left, but you know, we're getting closer, and then all will be revealed. Okay, there's a big rock in the way, which is suggesting that maybe this is further forward than Kain was, but it's weird because, you know, the timelines. Kain was not in the past beyond Raziel, and this is in the past before the pillars have been raised because of all that we can see. So, what's going on? Okay, we're just going to get a little hydration from the soul thing. Oh! Me admiring the one that's stuck in the wall. Being like, he can't get out. Turns out he could. Oh, hi! You were just pretending that whole time, huh? Did he break out, or what happened there? Right, we're just gonna go through here because obviously we can't do a lot in that realm because there's a wall that we need to go through. And unlike Kain, we need to be in this spiritual realm to transition between the realms of reality where the loading secret wall must have been or something, because okay, and again we can't go through here, but there's a big old guy here, but we don't necessarily need to bother with him unless we're locked in with him. You know, he might still. We are now locked in to this realm with whatever's in here, these guys with shorts on. Very interesting they have shorts. Oh, he went flying. Okay, we've got quite the ice cream scoop of health now. He does have shorts in the past version as well. Maybe, you know, I never noticed. I'll use the powers while you got them, right? Wow, that didn't even kill them. That's ridiculous. Also, this swirl is way more impressive than... Did we just reflect that? This swirl is way more impressive than this one. It looks like, hey, there's a lot missing in your cinnamon swirl. This one, it's like, look, there's a big old extra bit. I gather they're the same amount of health, but... Ow. Haha, I can still cast while I'm on the floor, apparently. Don't mind me, just gonna eat that guy. What's with this guy over here? Also, the demons in there trying to get our attention. Hey! What's he doing? You meant to be on our head giving us a nuggie or something? What's that about? Okay, did that reach the guy in the other room? Who knows? You got a lot of health. Also, it's hard to telekinesis them onto the things like that in this realm. Just chilling right there. He's fine. Don't worry about it. But welcome back. Thank you again to Legacy of Kain for the free key. Very, very much appreciated. Okay, so we obviously want to head down there. There's one out there. Floating thing, a volcano. Like, that looks like somewhere that maybe you should be able to go travel. But I don't think that ever becomes a place. Okay. Well, this guy seems to Not when we're coming over here. These guys were very much in the far, far future of Soul Reaver 2. So, you know, timelines. Clearly being skewed. But in Soul Reaver, yeah, these guys are far future. It's still telling me to go back that way. Point. Okay, nothing over here. Had to look for secrets. But there is a checkpoint, and we've already killed that thing. Maybe something else will happen. Who knows? But it is weird that there's those guys. Back away! We're going in here. Dead. Water. Which Kain wouldn't be able to swim in. He can. Not that I can see a lot. Camera, please. Okay. We're gonna go old school vision. What is that? Is that a telekinesis spot? What is that? I mean, it looks like something I'm probably supposed to smash, but... With the Earth Reaver, yes, now we can maybe... Smash? Okay, we just smashed through it with that. And there's a climbing pit. We could just take off the Earth Reaver. Climbing. Okay, so this is Cthulhu's lair, I remember. Which leaves the question, why was there the weird checkpoint the other way? Not that we could go anywhere, because everything was locked off. There was checkpoints, there was a different kind of enemy?
I should have known I'd find you here.
Like, is that meant to be a secret option?
And always. I am the wheel and it's turning. I am the circle of life and death.
It was abandoned?
And I am beginning to think the vampires committed suicide only to escape your voice.
Do not forego my favor with your impertinence, Raziel. You have finally fulfilled your purpose. I am pleased.
What are you trying to obliterate here, then? What is it about me that has you so afraid?
Your fate is trivial, Raziel. It was Kain's destiny that mattered
But in unity.
all along.
Bye! This still looks like it goes down, which is interesting. I just want to see what happens if we say bye. Or so, angels.
My master seemed keen to extinguish the purifying fire of the Spirit Forge. Perhaps the Reaver would loosen his grip.
Perhaps it would, but... What if we chose not to follow that destiny? What if we said we make our own fate around here? Because there's this swimming pool of time. Like, what? What if I go in here? Okay, I'll think. Ow. Perhaps the Reaver would loosen his grip. It might. If we actually force him. Now. You know what? I know you're still going to be here. I need some food. Hello? They're not the food. They're the shark people. Okay. Hi, shark people. Don't mind me. Is this just for if you traverse into the spiritual realm to make you come back in here? Because you can't walk through these gates. Not even in the spiritual realm. I mean, there's literally a traversal point right there, so I might as well try. Cannot. Because I know what fate awaits him in the other worlds. And there's another traversal point here as well. Like, why are there so many things here that are nothing? You know, it's like there is an intended extra secret that they just never put, or abandoned, or removed. It's a little disappointing. Because I would like to know what that is, and you know, maybe they could remaster and bring it back. Whatever was planned to be there, but maybe they don't even know. But something is intended to be there with that other door that we found, with the special chamber that's, you know, abandoned content. And then that. There's definitely something there. Perhaps the Reaver would loosen his grip a little. Perhaps. But this is where we... For any last secrets in here. Oh, what if we, We're gonna go to the artwork first. Lets me and stops creeping. Is this gonna be the best angle for viewing it? So. Not really a good angle to show. Right, so obviously we've got two. Can't stand on Cthulhu's leg. That ethereal of a creature. Just tied inside a Cthulhu, sure. So there's the two destinies where both Kain and Raziel get still stabbed. So obviously the unity of Raziel and Kain is the middle one, with Raziel being inside his Flame Reaver. And then Kain has obviously then gained his wings. But that shows him as maybe the blue creature. Which is weird because he's the green creature. But anyway, the green creature with his Flame Reaver is who stabs the Deceiver, which is the other guy that's the new blue guy that we brought back to life. And he will get taken over by the demons. That then puts Raziel's soul into blue guy, and then Raziel finally has his body back incorporated. However, Kain, realizing that his mistake all along was not having given himself over when he was supposed to sacrifice himself to restore Nosgoth, to restore the pillars, and realizing how time will always find a way to correct its mistakes, and that this prophecy all along was inevitable, and this whole timeline was just for him to realize his mistake and correct his mistake of not sacrificing himself, which is what caused the downfall of Nosgoth and the destruction of the pillars. He then makes Raziel stab him through the heart. Raziel, unaware of what was happening as he was just getting used to regaining his body, but Kain forcibly stabbed himself with the Reaver that he was now holding, and thus completing the cycle of destiny and time, sacrificing himself, Restoring the pillars and Nosgoth, and then making Raziel the new balanced guardian. That's the prophecy. Now, I'm not quite picking up what's going on here, but okay, so I know that we need to touch those pillars, but I thought we were doing something with the lights as well before we were doing that. Okay. Potentially, we could go up there in the undead realm. Stop. Like doing things in order. Right, stop creeping. Sunlight. Even though it looked like the other pillars were active, I guess we were just activating that singular one. Okay, so now we need fire and water. The opposite to standing. Yeah, it's not a wall. That's a lot easier in 3D. Fire before it runs out. It's the opposite to standing. What if we left now? Ba-bum. Okay, so we don't interfere with them in this one. I don't quite remember everything. Maybe Earth Reaver. Right, Earth Reaver. So that we can hit him under the water. Control. Bum, bum, bum. And Earth. I ate my input for a moment. What are you? Earth. You're not water, are you? Winds. Sounds like he's in a lot of pain. Get banished. Solve the Spirit Forge within 3 minutes. Nice. But I have done it before.
It is accomplished. The Forge summons the spirit of every balanced guardian to itself for this final purpose.
And then she's a human.
You.
Yes, Raziel. Yet I am much more than I was. The veil is lifted from my sight. My spirit, united with the soul
Got the crazy eyes.
is drawn here now for the final baptism of the blade.
Blue eyes, brown
To
eyes.
restore balance, the sword must be rendered pure.
Brown
by
hair,
spirit.
blonde hair.
Release me, Raziel. The Soul Reaver has the power. Release us all. For this we were called.
The moment he saw in Soul Reaver 1, except he isn't stabbing her, is he? Taking her hands.
You have done well, Raziel. But there is one more trial for you to bear. You must unite what has been set asunder. Only then will the Scion of Balance be armed for his true endeavor. Only then.
The river now blazed with purifying flame. But far from being enlightened, I found myself entangled in an even greater web of mysteries. What had Janos expected me to learn? And what of Ariel's cryptic message? If the sword was endowed for the Scion of Balance, for Kain, and he was now dead, what hope remained? I needed to find Janos, and soon. I dreaded to think what these ominous rumblings might portend.
A platform to leave by. Oops. Okay, so now he's got a Super Reaver power. Like, this is a new one. Maybe. What if we try and get back to Janos' house now? Maybe that will open something new. Because it is something different. Maybe this is the secret. Spoiler, probably isn't. I have a feeling there was supposed to be an extra pickup in here. Extra secrety secret. You really think it's that easy to escape Raziel? Never is. Come on, don't get caught on stupid rocks. Climb out. Come on, climb out. There we go. I'm gonna try this way. I'll try the thing with the Reaver. Hi. Oh, for a lot of you guys. I'll fly off over here. They're fighting each other, which is interesting. You know, Future Demon fighting against the current underworld inhabitants that are coming out. Well, this opens up. There's some lore over here. Hilden adversary, the destroyer, adversary, bearer of the flaming swords, champion of the Hilden race. All this time I had believed myself the vampire's messiah, and had Janos, yes, Ariel and Mortanius perceived me very differently from the outset. Unwitting, I had severed the cause of the hill. I had served the cause of the hill. Except he hasn't. He's still misunderstanding. Because Janos Aldrin is going to be taken over by the Hilden. Not he. That just for some lore? There's an awful lot of you waiting for me, aren't there? Like, you all fight each other. I'm just gonna come in here. Maybe have a drink if there's one available. Come on. In my mouth. You. Well, I'll take that rather than the actual drink pot, sure. There's a sneaky climby bit. What if I just left? I hear footprints.
Janos, what is this?
The binding is failing. All is lost.
We had arrived at that cataclysmic moment when a younger Kain faced his fateful dilemma as Balance Guardian. Choosing self-preservation over sacrifice, he doomed the pillars to eternal ruin.
Which is why he needs to correct it and sacrifice
There may yet
himself.
be hope. There is one who will be called. You must seek the Scion of Balance. Dear God!
And now he is Hilden.
Raziel, we meet again. You have played your part flawlessly. It is gratifying to attain both freedom and vengeance in a single stroke.
No! You cannot!
The betrayer. His black wings.
Strong. Good. My next move requires a more durable host. Mortals are such fragile vessels. Willing or not, you have provided the instrument of our victory.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
You pathetic creature. You haven't got a clue. The seduction of the Circle and possession of Mortanius, Ariel's murder, the corruption and collapse of the Pillars, all orchestrated as a prelude to this moment. We sought an incorruptible vessel, and you provided one. We required the blood of our ancient enemy, and you delivered Janos Aldrin. Having first been lured to the heart of darkness. Best of all, you murdered the Scion of Balance to get it. We've already won.
Raziel, you must not allow them to carry out their plan. Kill me, and you end it now.
Suicidal like the rest of them. Know your place, Raziel. The true hero plays his role and then steps aside.
And he just steps aside like that.
You deluded ghoul. Do you so wish to die a martyr for the vampire's lost cause?
You're not leaving this chamber. I will destroy Janos if I have to.
Very well then. I'll indulge you.
Yeah, he's the Hilden. Betrayer. But maybe also the, you know, thing is suggesting both sides of the arguments. Because we, both me and Kain, I say me, is it? Raziel, obviously, are the Hilden in the picture, the green one, but not really the Hilden, because he's the betrayer. And one is killed by him, and one will defeat him. That could also be an alternative rendition of the thing, and probably the true rendition of the paintings. Both will fight him, one will die to him. That was interesting. Can I get any food in here? Oh. But, interestingly, he's not here. That's very interesting. Just a quick pause in the boss fight. How did you get there, Raziel? Oh, come on. My friends. We need to be very careful because there's no heals in that realm. Damn you. There was something I can hit you with. What am I meant to do there? Just gonna be immune with that power? Roots. Okay. Got a few hits in. If summon something I can drink. Kitchen, man. At least that one was the move that I could dodge. Come on, how dare you block? Thank you for the drink! That was so kind of you. To serve a thirsty guest. What was your pigeon head there, Raziel? Oh. Come on. Serve a guest a drink. Still need more drinks, Pidgey. Not behind me. What? Another couple of drinks. Why that move? At least do a move that I can maybe stand a chance of doing something against. There you go. Now you block. Roots. And then he started transitioning to the other realm, so... Okay, he did transition to the other realm, so he wasn't dying permanently. No, he died permanently and then you're back at full health. That's the stupid thing between this and Soul Reaver. Because Raziel can exist in the spiritual realm. You wouldn't be dead. See, how are you meant to know which one's that one and which one's the other one? What's that? Hey, I was gonna say, aren't you meant to be able to be hit after that? Telekinesis does nothing. Roots! Let me hit you. What am I meant to do then? Okay. Drinks please. Kitchen. Need some drinks. How? Yeah, no, don't let me jump. That's fantastic. I definitely can't get him to jump up into the sky if we just dip and dodge under him. I might have been able to punch him out the sky. Raziel says, no, I don't want to dance with somebody. Steps. Yeah, I don't think we're getting him on this life. What are you aiming at there, Raziel? You were meant to be hittable? Thank you, pigeon. Right, drinks, pigeon man. I need 2 drinks. And we're not winning on this life, let's face it. Okay, if I hold the telekinesis button, we can drag him out the sky. Interesting. Okay. I just let him die because we're on 1 HP. Okay, now I know. Hi. Really awkward that you've got full life again, but you're still stood in the spot where we left you. He's just enjoying being lifted up. How would that not stun him? No, you don't. Surely that should stun him. Dragging him out the sky like that. So let me hit it. Would that not counter that? No. I can't block that move. Wait, you weren't able to be hit there? Now you're able to be hit, but not long enough for me to get back to you. These mechanics are not making sense. Oh. Damn it. Then will I be able to get close enough? No. I'm fine. No. And I can just hold on to him. Have a nice romantic moment. You would think that that would stun him and then let us get a hit in. Wouldn't you? So you can't lock onto him with that one either. No more trying to dodge. I would have liked to jump. But unfortunately the jump button is the same as the dodge button. Jump works better than dodge. Right, so we jump. We don't dodge, we jump. The only way to win. He's going to do the move that we can't dodge. He didn't do the move that I can't dodge. I was waiting for it. Nope. Yeah, jumping is how you have to do it. Now. No, rude. You can't even telekinesis him for longer hits. What do you do? No! He's gonna hit me because I'm not locked onto him. Thank you for the drink. Ow. Hey. I need your ring. Was he able to be hit there? No. Get down here. Come on, man. Finish it. Oh. Come on. Hit it! Stop missing! Come on. Why did those hits go through him? Dudes. Oh. I tried to jump and he rolls like a pagan. Okay, that's fine. Ow. I mean, I'll take an extra drink. Hey, I'd like my drink to go though, thank you. More drinks! Unnecessary. I'll take them, I guess. No! What's with all the drinks? No. Hey, come on, let's finish this, Janos. Pigeon, man. You can make me finish it with magic, is that what it is? It did nothing.
Raziel, finish it before he returns.
Well, why didn't you finish him? Come on, Raziel.
You should have listened to me.
You should have.
Now it is finished, and thus a new epic has its beginning.
His body destroyed that he borrowed that wasn't even his body. So he could still go and steal
You
another
see,
one anytime.
However far you stray, you will always return to me. Surrender, Raziel.
Never!
Your efforts are wasted, Raziel. That weapon you bear, however endowed, remains only a wraith blade. It cannot touch me.
I will not be your prisoner.
You have no choice. Your task is fulfilled. Kain has been cleared from the board, and this chamber made ready for my more malleable servants. There is nothing more for you to do.
I refuse to bend my will.
It has always been my will you satisfy, never your own.
You parasitic fraud. You're forced to imprison me because I possess free will.
You possess nothing. As you are undying, your soul cannot be returned to the wheel. But it may console you to abide here in eternity with me. Mobius, my good servant, I call you to the place of our first meeting. Return to me here.
But of course he didn't kill him with the Soul Reaver blade, so, you know, it doesn't fit the prophecy.
I awoke to find myself in a shadowy realm. A disquieting stillness lay where my heart had been. The heart...
He's got the big hole where it's been ripped out.
How was it possible that I still lived?
You are still very false, Empire. That will go first. This realm will render you hideous. You will go mad. You will not know it.
What is this place?
Do you not think of this place every day?
Cthulhu's eyes in the ceiling.
Or are we truly forgotten? This is the exile into which we were driven. But soon now, soon we will be free. We will be free.
And then the distant future enemies, but we were at the point of the pillar just being destroyed, which was actually the past, so, you know. Mobius causing a lot of chaos with the timeline, taking monsters where they shouldn't be in different timelines. Ow. Come on, I saw the drink. Just doing the I need a drink dance. Let me take a drink. Now we probably could escape this chamber without fighting anything. It doesn't look like we're locked in. But we might as well fight them. Ow. Well, excuse me? Why are you not launching the air? It's very rude. not know who we are. Apparently, the Time Reaver really slowed everything down. Everything dead. Where's my drink over here? I saw there was another pot of drink somewhere. Did it vanish? Okay, maybe the door doesn't open because we're dead. There's the pot of drink. But this seemingly feeds 125 times. Is in between the normal dead realm for Raziel and living realm. Just because of the colour scheme, to be honest, but and the fact that those demons were there, I guess, because they're more living realms. And he can hold on to the physical Reaver. So again, you know, it's sort of breaking the rules a little bit.
I felt strongly drawn, compelled even, not to linger here, but to go to the vampire citadel at once.
And now, you know, absolutely in the living realm. No secrets, right? Let's have a quick... Okay, so climbing, the opposite of standing. So we're gonna climb out of here. Would be good if we could do the jump move that lets him jump up the wall and climb a bit quicker. It's very dark. Compelled to return. I realise they want me to go a certain way, but secrets? Secrets. Any more secrets? Any breakable walls? That chair's waiting to give someone a big hug. Very dark in here. Okay, so wants us to leave. What about over here? Any secrets? This is why you look for secrets. Not that we got anything. Also, when we picked up the other thing, like, it gave us a bit of lore. Did we get a new skin? We did! We could have been this guy! It looks nothing like Raziel, the Hilden adversary. With glowing eyes, like the other guy now has. Gold armor. This looks nothing like in the pictures. But we haven't got one for Kain, which is obviously, if that's the Hilden adversary, gonna make him into the Hero of Legend skin, right? Which would then make him twisted, because let's face it, that Hilden adversary, it's not twisted like the green Hilden thing. He looked more like the Hero of Legends. Though that guy's got glowing eyes and a red sword and fancy armor. Maybe maybe that's the lore they're facing it off. But the ones where they're fighting doesn't have the fancy armor or anything. He needs to get out of here as quick as possible. Who needs to fight these guys? The Kain's just that powerful that he just re-enters the physical world. Just like that. You know, fights a few monsters and suddenly he's back in the physical realm. It's not blurry anymore here. He doesn't need the Heart of Darkness for his undeath. And yes, it might have powered him a little bit, but he is a vampire. It's not the source of it. Excuse me, how did that go through? Roots. Excuse me. No teleporting, that's cheating. Shouldn't you be dead by now? Thank you. The bats. Escaping the wheel. Those guys have 4 legs and arms. Like, that one in the middle is clearly some sort of horse with arms. And the Hilton with the wings come and killing the vampires. They escape. Another portal. We're already in the multiverse. Can't steal the book. Obviously, he wants me to leave the church. Now, ironically, the Earthreaver platforms are here. Why are the Earthreaver platforms here? Because there's a secret. Don't let him get away. He's not getting away. He's just looking for secrets. Oh. I don't know if there's any up the other side, but also, what if we chose not to escape? What if we tried to go into Raziel's world? We can't. Don't let them get away. Well, little do they know. They're not stopping me getting out the door. Excuse me? Okay, fine. I'll fight you then. Didn't have to come to this. Could have just let me go through the door. I was trying to be gone. You wouldn't let me out the door though. Resources at once. Ketchup, mustard, and brown sauce. Excuse me. Can you just let me open the door, please? Thank you. Damn it! My sauces. Right, now will you let me leave? No? What's wrong with this door? Kain doesn't use doors. Kain becomes a bat and flies away. He doesn't want to walk to his destination. That's for plebs like Raziel who can't turn into bats. Of course, of course.
I knew what ominous hour this was in Nosgoth's history. For here was the event that had shaped my entire existence.
When he refused to sacrifice
I had cast
himself.
my fate, refusing the sacrifice, damning the pillars, and founding my doomed empire upon their ruins. I would raise the Salafan priests to be my closest lieutenants, and would one day cast the strongest of them, my servant Raziel, into the abyss, dealing one last hand to play against fate. But in the end, had it made any difference? Had I misread the signs, as Mobius told me? In my arrogance, had I missed my cast at destiny?
But he can still put it right by sacrificing himself. It's just time correcting itself. As it does. This whole prophecy is just time correcting itself. Made from 75 blood soul basins. Getting all the achievements now, it's almost like we're at the end of the game. Look at all these guys that Raziel left alive. Just chilling back there. Feels like there should be some sort of bat spot here to go fly into the mountains and that floating bit of pillar. Now, obviously we want to go down there, you know, create the destiny. First, is there anything back here? Nothing. Okay. You embrace the destiny. Water was death to a vampire like Kain. See, this is why you don't trust Mobius in the past. Oh my god, it really flies you all the way back here. That's ridiculous. All the way back to the church, huh? Well, I guess, you know, in the timeline of things, he did say that the portal would take him to right where he needed to be. Which was the church. Travelling back in time through that portal, you know? But why did he jump so easily into it previously? Like, it's death to him. Weird that he would do that. He had to see what happened. Who knows, it could have taken him elsewhere in time, entirely. Technically it did. About a minute into the past. Long enough to correct a single mistake, right? That mistake was jumping into that water. Any breakable walls in here? Like it. Not the spider web, nothing. Now. There was water here, which it's very nice of Cthulhu to have removed this water, because otherwise Kain can come in here and kill him. That water was exactly what Cthulhu needed to protect him from what is about to happen. Is that not enough to get whatever Kain's next skin is? We must have missed a few lore pieces. Unless there's one more, because it'd be weird to give it to you right at the end of everything. A big stinking hole.
The Hilden are merely an inconvenient consequence. They will be dealt with in time. It is a small price to pay for Kain's death.
You're a bit premature.
Kain,
Is there a crack in your omniscience after all, Mobius? First, your omniscience, and now your powers. You're slipping badly.
This is not possible.
The part of me that staff affected is no longer in its place, but you
You can tell that by the big hole.
I always was considered heartless. And now, Mobius, it is time.
To kill me? Again? Your only solution for every problem. Kill.
This is not a debate. You see, this time, you have nothing that I want.
You think this will matter?
Yeah, except there's someone waiting on the other side.
Who has power over life and death?
Then go to him.
I am his obedient, his devoted servant. Soon, all pain will fade, and my master will bring me life once more.
Welcome to the underworld. Oh, who's this? Waiting. In his godly gold armor with glowing eyes.
A momentary oversight. Somehow Kain still lives and has unexpectedly dispatched me. Make use of your good servant and go to your master then. I release you to the wheel. Oh, God. Do you see it now? The monster that you served. Is this what you imagined when you worshipped it? No! And in that knowledge, go and feed it. I release you.
He's feeding himself more than he's feeding it.
Your petty actions are irrelevant, Raziel. Mobius was a good servant, but he was of no further use. His long life had run its course. You see, even when you rebel, you are doing my will.
Perhaps, but something has changed, hasn't it?
His outfit.
You foresee Kain's return.
You have both traced your paths along the wheel. This is where the journey ends.
You haven't the means to kill either one of us.
Ah, but you can be stopped. And you will come to understand how oblivion can be a mercy. You and Kain will spend eternity buried here together, praying for the merciful release of a death that will never come.
None of those paintings behind have this gold armor on.
But I was armed with newfound knowledge, and it burned within me.
Redeemer and Destroyer.
Mobius had never seen his master until the Soul Weaver purified his sight. Even the ancient vampires had no idea what it was they so righteously worshipped.
You must unite what has been set aside.
All the conflict and strife throughout history, all the fear and hatred, served but one purpose: to keep my master's wheel turning. All souls were prisoners, trapped in the pointless round of existence, leading distracted, blunted lives until death returned them, always in ignorance, to the wheel.
The coin is still turning.
But what hope had there been? One cannot fight the unseen.
Only then will the silent balance be armed for his true endeavor.
Despair, Raziel. There is no escape.
It was then I
Oh
knew
my
what
god.
I had to do. I alone could end this.
Kain. Do you so enjoy death?
Yes.
Raziel. No!
Yes. This is how...
No! Raziel!
The Soul Reaver, pure of all corruption.
Looking very different.
This is what it is for. This is what I am for. The two become one. Both Soul Reavers together. And the sign of balance is healed. And I am not your enemy, not your destroyer. I am, as before, your right hand, your sword.
No, Raziel. This can't be the way.
And now you will see the true enemy.
Was Janos Aldrin. Well, it was Cthulhu, but
Raziel.
the one in the Destiny is Janos Aldrin.
And it was then I saw.
So, I am revealed to you at last.
What in hell?
I am the origin of life, the devourer of death. I am the hub of the wheel, the purifying cycle to which all souls must be drawn.
Had I condemned Raziel to this nightmare when I cast him into the abyss?
You may ponder the futility of your ambitions as you spend a deathless eternity beneath a mountain of rubble. You and your Soul Reaver will go equally mad as the eons pass. The Citadel of the Apostates will become your living tomb.
Your words are heartening. For you would not fear us unless we could truly do you harm.
No! You are nothing!
False God. This is the end. The final turn of your wheel.
Ow. And there's just some paintings back here. That's not gonna let me out. Ow. You know, we laugh a lot the same, you and Kain. I think you'd have a lot in common.
I will bury you.
Now. Ow. That's not a good way to dodge it. Come on. Apparently that's not the way. Also, that force field is nothing. I can go through it. I meant to poke you in the eye. Come on, that should have hit.
That almost hurt.
Okay, again, I'm not. Nope, I don't rebound it. Don't grab that. I'm not quite sure what I'm meant to be doing. Now, I did beat this on the original one, but I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I'm definitely doing something. Now. What am I missing? Okay, I just slap him in the eye. Right, okay.
Submit to my will.
Slap him in the eye between the bits. Oh, come on, I thought I found a key spot where you couldn't get me. Boots! Ow. Is there any lads in here? Okay, no, that's saying don't go fight that. Rather than feeding the wheel, how about giving me a feed the Kain? The Kain needed a bit of feeding. Now the irony is, didn't jump down there immediately on this one. So Kain gets to have a look around. Here. No, climb it, Kain. There we go. Unbreakable walls. Kain will need to escape this later. I am back.
You will never defeat me, Kain.
Technically, I already have. Not in this cycle of time.
You will never break from the wheel of fate.
That shouldn't have hit me. Come on. Ow. God damn it.
You will never defeat me,
No.
Kain.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Careful. Come on. Roots. Roots. I had you down with that cycle. Let me hit your tentacle without knocking me over, please. Rude! Just let me hit it.
Submit to my will.
Nope. Nor to your wheel either. Not your will or your wheel. None of them. Come on. How many shots do you need? 5? Okay, double tentacles. Chop the tentacle, come on. Roots.
I will bury you.
I will chop the tentacles off. If you let me. Guess I need to chop that one specifically.
This defiance is pointless. I will crush you, vampire.
No, you won't. Ow. No. Bruise. I need drinks. Bruise. Cheetah. Barry Cheetah. You're still firing at me?
I will bury you.
We need a drink. Okay, he died of thirst because he's always draining his health. Sorry for anyone that has adverts, Steph wants now to stop other adverts. Whilst he's in the spiritual realm. I can't change to any other Reaver form, so I guess this is like too much. What if Kain left? Technically, you're not supposed to be up here until you defeated him. Where even is the door? There's the door. It won't open. Okay, good. Shouldn't there be something for Kain to drink? Ow.
Feed the wheel.
Feed the Kain. Hey.
Feed the wheel.
Let me fight you.
Your broken body will be buried here for all eternity.
That's... Okay, right. If I hold down that button, he can actually dodge. I was going to say, there's got to be a better way of fighting it. Moving out the way of these things than what we're doing. I have to hold that button. No.
Feed the wheel.
I will not be feeding. Excuse me. I was floating. Rude! You can't slam down onto it and chop it off. What sort of vampire are you, Kain? I feel like this is harder in this remake for some reason.
No! This cannot be!
Ow. Although he took a lot of extra... What is this? Okay, that green one just floating there. Sure.
Surrender, Kain.
The green one meant to be health or something?
This is futile.
It is, because you're going to die eventually. Now I've got a stupid time limit of health. Ow. Oh!
You cannot defeat me.
Yes, I can. Don't question the fact that they don't come for me when I do this move.
I will bury you.
Ow! Jesus.
Your sacrifice has been made in vain, Raziel.
Ow! And I'll kill you before you get any extra cycles. Since when did he have teleporting powers?
The wheel will turn. The plague of your kind will be purged from this world. And on that inevitable day, your wretched, stagnant soul will finally be mine.
In the meantime, you'd best burrow deep. Now at last, the masks had fallen away. The strings of the puppets had become visible, and the hands of the Prime Mover exposed. Most ironic of all was the last gift that Raziel had given me. More powerful than the sword that now held his soul, more acute even than the vision his sacrifice had accorded me. The first bitter taste of that terrible illusion. Hope.
Because there's the prophecy that they're actually still following.
Kain refused the sacrifice.
That was Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered, where, you know, it's left on that cliffhanger where the actual Hilden is inside of Janos Aldrin. He's the betrayer, and then that makes Kain with Raziel the hero of legends. Obviously, there's still skins that I somehow didn't unlock. But yeah, that's the end of the game. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, we can fast forward through the end bits because the pillars have already been destroyed, but I still think he would ultimately then need to decide he still needs to sacrifice himself in the end after defeating the Hilden and Janos Aldrin to restore Nosgoth and to restore the pillars. And then the Raziel would ultimately take the body of Janos Aldrin once stabbed with the Soul Reaver. His soul would travel into Janos Aldrin, take over his body. And then he would make Raziel then stab him with the Reaver to fulfill the destiny and to restore the pillars, with the sacrifice he never wanted to make, or he refused but he should have made, and realising that ultimately he still needed to make that sacrifice in order to restore and right the wrong that he refused to do all those years ago, to restore balance. But that is the end of Legacy of Kain Defiance. Thank you again to the developers for sending the key. Very, very, very much appreciated. But that is where we're going to call it a day for today for Defiance. Still early, so I don't know. Are we gonna keep streaming? What are we gonna do? You're doing Natalo! Hello, hello. How are you? How's your day going? You plan on going to sleep, sleepy rat? I do appreciate the sleepy rat. But how's your day? What happened with the raid earlier and then you went live again? I went to make food and have a bath before stream, and then, like, you know, it was raided out to another channel, then you were back live again. What happened there? Hopefully you're having a good day.